Morning, Cameron here. Thanks for having us on. Vagus is a Jersey band. They've been about since 2014. It's made up of James Dolan, Gary Law, Alice G and Johnny Hill. They recently supported The View at the Jersey Opera House, and they're about to embark on a new adventure. They are taking on Sri Lanka. Ahead of this, ahead of this upcoming far-flung tour, the band's hosting a night of music with support from local rock band Howl and an acoustic set from Ross Edgar. James from Vegas is with us. Morning, James.
Good morning.
Alice, I said Alice's surname wrong, didn't I?
No, it's Alice G. She's in Bournemouth at the moment, but Steve Lalong's back.
Okay.
Playing in Vegas. Good old Steve Lalong, the housewife's favourite. He's back on board with us. Fair play to him.
Nice. Okay, tell us about the band. You've been going since 2014.
Yeah, we have. Me and Gary Law were playing with Marcus Harley and Harlequin Knights, and obviously me and Gary played. I played in New Orphan and he played in Velifax, and we both toured around the UK at the same time and kept missing each other. Like, we'd play a week before they'd play in a certain venue, and I suppose we've always wanted to work together, and so we kind of got together and started making just really weird tracks at the home studio, like crazy tracks that are going for like 14 minutes long and stuff. And they were good. We enjoyed it, but then we thought, right, we'll take it to the next step and do some live stuff. And then we done a show at Jersey Live 2015, and it was amazing.
Yeah, how did it go down in front of an audience?
Well, that's what we were nervous about, because we were unsure how people would react to this sort of krautrock sort of stuff, and everyone loved it. You know, I was more surprised than anyone. I was like, wow, people are digging this. This is cool. So we've kind of carried on and just recorded our first album out on Bubble Brain. So
cool. Tell us a bit more about the sound then. What kind of instruments are involved?
It's just basic sort of just two guitar, drums and bass, and we have synth and sort of a Hammond organy sound going on. It's more about sort of the drum beats. We have this sort of Motric beat, this very krautrock, like Noi influence sort of style to it, but there's a lot of grunge thrown in there as well, because I'm a huge Nirvana fan, so that kind of comes out in our writing, and it's different. It's hard to describe. You kind of have to listen to it and watch it really to get the full impact of it.
Yeah,
and expect like at least one track that will go on for 10 minutes. To be fair.
So this album is going to be coming out.
Yeah. Welcome to Wizardland. It's going to be called.
Welcome to Wizardland.
Welcome to Wizardland.
Why did you come up with names like that?
Alice G came up with that, and without trying to give too much away, it's completely fitting with the whole album. It's like a story of a magical land of Vegas, with all weird and wonderful adventures along the way.
Yeah.
And different stories. Yeah, it's good.
Have you got a bit of a style to the band as well, would you say?
Me and Gary look like a couple of Peaky Blinders.
You got the hat on now.
I have the hat on now, and
fantastic moustache as well, I must say.
Yes, there it is, the good old tash.
Yeah, turning up at the sides.
I don't know. It's just kind of naturally the way we've dressed, really, and we've incorporated that with the style of the band.
You supported The View at the Opera House.
We supported The View at the Opera House. Yes, we did. We played with The View before when we were with The Orpha years ago, and we all got along really well. And I was with a few parties with them at Stoke Newington, which I won't talk too much about. And yeah, when Warren was bringing them over, he asked like very kindly if we'd support him. So we jumped at the chance. We had a great day. It was brilliant. It was really nerve-wracking playing the Opera House. Yeah. To be fair,
had you been on that stage before?
Never played the Opera House before, no. And it's really sort of really strange walking out there, and it's all silent and everyone's sat down, you know, and then you perform. But it was amazing. It really was. I wish I had a couple more beers before I went on, to be fair, because I was so stone cold sober, and I was like, yeah, I'll be fine, and I went on, and it was a bit overwhelming at first, but yeah, we got into it. It was cool.
Yeah, a very cool venue to play in the island.
Amazing venue, amazing place. I'd never even set foot in there before, and I think it's amazing. There definitely should be more shows there.
I want to talk about your next adventure in terms of Sri Lanka in just a moment.
Yes.
Sri Lanka. Before that, though, you've got a gig coming up soon.
Yes, we're playing tomorrow night, I believe. It's tomorrow night, yeah, at the Troubadour with Howl and Ross, just as a bit of a bubble brain sort of bon voyage for us on our adventures. Howl are fantastic. Johnny and Justin and Nick are good friends, and they're just...
Yeah, they're a rock band.
Yeah, they're heavy, man. Yeah. They're like,
Ross Edgar, a bit more gentle acoustic.
Yeah, Ross is a legend. He's so he kindly said that he'd do a few shows just to warm everyone up, just because I think there'll be a lot of people out tomorrow. First payday since Christmas and dry January and all that. all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we want to get him entertained as soon as possible. And what better way to do it than stick Ross Edgar on there with his tunes?
People going to be up for it at the Troubadour. So that is kind of a bit of your bon voyage gig, because you are going to Sri Lanka, that teardrop-shaped island at the side of India.
That little teardrop. Yeah.
Ever been before?
Never been to Sri Lanka before. No.
I've been once. It's an amazing place. There are tuk-tuks everywhere. It's so colourful. The fruit that I ate out there, pineapples, bananas, it was the best fruit I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Brilliant. I do like pineapple, as a lot of people out there know.
So what's taken you there? Why Sri Lanka?
Well, it's a great story. A friend of ours, Lee Delouche, has been living out there, and he runs Sion Surf Camp. He was out there in the tsunami and got caught up in the tsunami, which was quite scary. It was quite horrific for him, really. He was brought back to the island. He was really unwell. And as soon as he was well enough, he went straight back out there and helped rebuild the village and help all the locals. And, he's an absolute ledge out there. And he rang us up one day and said, would you consider... Well, he rang Gary and said, asked Gary if we'd consider doing a tour of Sri Lanka. So Gary said yes straight away. And then Gary rang me and was like, yeah, Jim, what you doing in February? And I was like, I don't know, probably still hungover from Christmas. What's going on? And he's like, fancy doing a tour of Sri Lanka? And obviously, I didn't believe him. I was like, yeah, come on. But yeah, it's all true. We're all going. We're off to Sri Lanka next week, and we've got 7 shows out there. And it's going to be crazy. I don't know what to expect, really. To be
Suitcase
fair.
packed?
No. Actually, we were having trouble with I've got a Gibson Lucille, a phone Lucille, and it won't fit in a normal standard guitar case because I need to take a hard case for the plane. So if there's anyone out there in Candyland who has got a big enough hard case to fit a Lucille in, we would be forever in your debt. So there you go, a bit of advertising there. If anyone has, please get in touch soon as.
I'm just intrigued to see how the tunes are going to go down in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, it's going to be... we're playing in a few various different places. It's all up on our page. The last one will be at the Sion Surf Camp Festival, which is going to be loads of different surfers and tourists from all over the world. So we're going to be playing in front of the locals and people from all corners of the earth. So that's going to be interesting to see how Vegas goes down.
An international vibe.
Yeah.
If people want to look you up on social media, Vagus, and it's spelled Vagus.
It is indeed, yeah. And it's The Real Vegas on Instagram and SoundCloud.
Okay.
We had to put The Real Vegas, copyright issues and all that sort of stuff. And everything's on the Bubble Brain Records page as well on Facebook.
And if people want to see you in person, 8 o'clock, the whole band, 8 o'clock, the Troubadour, tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow night, yeah. Ross is going on at 8 and then Howell will be on at 9 and we should be on around 10.
Nice. Let's hear what you guys sound like. We've got a tune called Ready to play.
Yes, this is kind of like the Sri Lanka sort of theme tune. It's only a new tune and we've just sort of like done a rough demo of it, but because it's on the sort of Sri Lanka advert, we thought, right, we'll play it now.
All right, James, thanks ever so much.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Shouting from the rooftop, sounding out the devil's stare. Hooray!